Rocky, when I saw you yesterday, I realized that we've been friends for almost a decade, and my only complaint is that I haven't been healthy enough to see you more. And I told you that Gift of Breathing campaign is June, and it's going to require the biggest miracle that I've ever seen. But in between, I need to master clear, concise video communication. That requires a lot of work, time, preparation, production. But I don't need to do that to talk to you, because we've been friends. And two, I don't need to feel well to talk to you. And so I'm going to make a series of videos for you because I need to practice anyway, and they're just going to be for you, and it's YouTube. And what's so wonderful about YouTube is that there won't be any tags on it, so nobody can find it. So I'm just talking to you and practicing. So let me go through belly breathing really fast for you. Ready? We all start off as belly breathers. Grandkids, right? And then let me step back and make sure that belly's in there. And then as we become more active, we become diaphragm intercostal breathers, right? Now 40% of that breath is the intercostals. And when you were still working on the line and working for a living, you still had those muscles working because you needed to breathe more. But then all of a sudden you got sophisticated and took a job inside of a desk, and now these are, right? And the cavity's diminishing, the belly's extending, and you're a belly breather. And the problem with belly breathing is the progression. The first thing that happens is weight goes up. Weight goes up because the stomach no longer has support. Look, if you know, every time I stretch my belly out like that, it doesn't want to come back. Just letting you know the sacrifice I'm doing for you, bud. So when the core muscles are tight, then it supports the stomach, and so the stomach volume is smaller, and so full happens quicker. And then also, if you follow the videos on eating versus dieting, it'll help a lot too. But with belly breathing, what happens is that the stomach gets to extend, and they're doing surgeries to tighten the sphincter at the end of the stomach to try to get the stomach to feel full faster, because they don't understand that it's this instead of this. It's okay. And so then when the stomach gets full, it overloads the intestines. I happen to be a master on intestines, right? That seatbelt syndrome that's tearing me apart. Okay, fine. And so that slows down the transit time. And transit time and obesity is a one-on-one correlation. And so then the transit time is slowing down, which means you're getting to be more toxic, which means you don't feel well. And when you don't feel well, you don't make good decisions. And all this time, you're eating more, getting more toxic, more sluggish, less efficient with the digestion of the food. You know, the lie is 2,000 calories. No, it's 2,000 calorie potential in the laboratory. What it does in your body is totally different. And so you're breathing, getting bigger and bigger, until the elephant sits on your chest. That's no fun, but I've been there. You know that. And that's also the end of my expertise, because that's when I turned it around. But it gets worse. The VA's number one expense is complications of COPD, not COPD. Because what happens is the chest keeps collapsing. Now you're getting heart. What is it when you get around the heart, it gets tight? What's that called? Yeah, that stuff. And so then the belly keeps extending. There is no thoracic cavity. There's no way to breathe into the top end of your lungs. Top end of your lungs are the part that's less contaminated, less polluted. All the pollutants go in and go down. The part that's the best is working the least. Okay, got it? And so you're working harder. And then the alveoli, I think that's the fingers at the end of everything, they actually start deforming, because as it gets bigger and bigger, the muscles start separating, you're popping hernias. The alveoli are transforming because we transform from a CO2 regulated breather to an O2 regulated breather. End of the race, that's O2 out, that's not CO2 in. And it gets so bad that the CO2 buildup in the bottom of your stomach is so huge, bottom of your lungs, so huge. Indigestion at night when you lay down? No, yeah, right. The CO2 buildup is so huge that the whole it turns acidic. And now all kinds of things start happening. Cancer likes the acidic, it doesn't like the alkaline. And the stomach problems, the ingestion problems, and so then your body gives up on trying to get rid of the CO2 and converts back to just give me O2. Just give me O2. And so they prescribe O2 therapy, and it works for a little bit longer. But I'll introduce you to World War Me. It's a battle, bud, but I know you can win it, because I like you. I know who you are. And I'll do special videos of what I know that's just between us while I'm preparing and practicing to get good enough to put it on screen, because this is YouTube. There's no tags on this video. Nobody's going to find it. I love you, bud. I want to help you back. First thing you need to know is why? Why? Why are you wanting to go to war this time? What's bigger than you that will keep you disciplined to doing what you need to do and fighting the battles you need to fight to get back from where I was to where I am? And I got it all figured out. It's just going to be rambling. Love you, bud. Bye. Rocky, I had to put a trailer on this video because I realized that as this starts working for you, you'll share the link with everybody, and God bless you. Go ahead. But if you're new to YouTube, you need to understand that I'm a YouTube master. I spent 8 of the last 9 years in bed surfing 4 algorithms on 4 separate devices for 8 or 10,000 hours. If you're new to YouTube, don't ever click that bell. It's just an annoyance. Subscriptions are good because they make me feel good. They won't do you a darn bit of good because the algorithm's weighted to the bell right now. If you like a video, like it, okay? And that puts it into your library. And then as you're building your own YouTube algorithm to attract towards you what you need to learn in order to get from where you are to where you want to go, I got videos on that. You'll learn how to build that on out, because you need to have 5 or 6 or 10 categories of different likes so that you can keep them controlled and orderly so you can see where they are, because they're references for you to go back to later. So welcome to everybody that's new to YouTube and isn't named Rocky. Excited to have you here. But this is just a test, right? We're just practicing.